Well, hello again, students. Welcome to another lesson using www.sketchup.com free. And today we're going to create a place setting using the placemat plate, napkin, and glass that we've already made. And we'll also try a new tool from Trimble Connect to insert a fork and a knife. So first thing to do is make sure you navigate to the SketchUp landing page as I am here. Move to the upper left, right that is, and select My Apps. Make sure you're navigating to the free version of sketchup.com and you're logged into your account. And there's a familiar red logo. And I want to create new simple template feet and inches. Move to the right. You're going to see the second tool up. It's called the Model Info tab. Make sure you select decimals, leave the precision as it is. And I always change the snap interval to 0.125 on my keypad and hit enter to lock it in. I also select the lady and hit the delete key to remove her. I also go back to the scenes tab and make sure I'm in parallel projection and hit the face of the house to make myself in the front view. Use the pan tool to move your cursor or origin point here down to the lower left. What I want to do first is insert, using those three lines, insert from Trimble Connect in the SketchUp folder that's my folder. What I want to do is insert my placemat and insert as component. And there it is. And I'm going to zoom in with my mouse wheel and try to snap it. You may have to rotate this, but you want this to be sitting flat as if it's on a table and the red axis is your table. You can see I'm going to rotate it for you. And what I noticed is this is not necessarily the color I want. So I'm going to put it in top view. I'm going to use the arrow tool to make sure that it's selected. I'm going to right click and explode it so that I can go to the materials list, and there's a green color that I like. And so then I'm going to, again, make sure your placemat or whatever you want to change, make sure it's exploded, and then select your color, and then select the surface that you want to change color. Now I'm going to revolve a bit. Use that orbit tool. Okay. What I want to do is use those three lines again to insert from Trimble Connect. And then again, my folder, I'm going to look for my napkin. And there's the napkin that I want to use. So I'm going to insert as component. There it is. And again, I want to model in parallel projection and front view. If you'll notice, it's on the same plane. But what I want to do is lift it up and then drop it down and like snap it. You'll see it snap right to my placemat there, and maybe position it just on the left and a bit from the left edge. Now I'm going to use those three lines in the upper left to insert from Trimble Connect, SketchUp, and I'm going to search for the plate. This is the plate I want to use right here. It's very, very much like my napkin, and I'm going to insert as component. And there it is. What I want to do is select front view, and it looks like since it's highlighted in blue, it's already selected. So I want to use those 4 arrow move tool to lift it up and then bring it down and try to snap it right to the surface. Looks like it's gone in too deep, so I want to try to snap it. Again, use your pan tool to place it in a good position. Use the move tool and see if you can get it to snap right to the surface, right? So I think it's good. Oh, okay. And then look at it from top view and zoom out with your mouse wheel and position it sort of lower and center on your placemat. The next thing to do is place your glass. So I want to insert from Trimble Connect, and then you navigate and find your wine glass. Here's the glass that I want to use. It's a green color. I've already colorized it as green, and I want to insert as component. And there it is in a top view. And so I want to look at it from the front view. Take your time. Make sure you're looking at it from front view. Use those 4 arrow move tool. Lift your glass and see if you can snap it appropriately right to the surface. Again, make sure it's selected. Make sure you're in the move tool. Lift it up and try to snap it nicely to get those details. And then again, look at it from top view. And it looks like it's about where I want in sort of the upper right corner there. Now the next tool I want to show you is, I believe it is the 3D Warehouse. On the right, 4th tool down, select, and you're going to get an option to pick a myriad of tools. But what I want to do is type in dinner space fork and see what comes up. I'm going to select that. Models. And look for one that I might like. I'm looking specifically for a simple but realistic looking fork. I think actually, well, maybe this one looks like the one I'm going to try to use. And then I'm going to download. And it looks like it just popped right into place. And as I said, if you've been modeling in the correct sizes, then your fork should be roughly the appropriate size that you want. And so again, what I need to do is make sure that it's not only snapped to position, but then I'm going to need to use the rotate tool. See, now I'm using the rotate tool. I believe I'll be needing the blue. Click one corner, then another, and then rotate. And then back to the move tool. And I want to place it right there. Look at it from front view. Look at it. See? Seem to do well. My next objective is to get a knife. So I want to go to the 3D Warehouse. It's the 4th tool down. Select the tool. And then up here, next to the magnifying glass, as you can see, I'm going to type in DINNER space KNIFE, dinner knife. Select it and search under models. And I believe it is possible to hopefully find a matching dinner knife. I'm not finding specifically the one I like. I think this one may be the closest for now. So I'm going to download it. And it does look appropriate. And I'm going to look at it from front view. What I want to do in this case, I want this curvature to be facing my plate. So step 1, I'm going to use the rotate tool to rotate it vertically. Then I'm going to look at it from front view and zoom in quite dramatically. Again, use that revolve tool. Oops. I'm going to make sure you're seeing a protractor and flip it over. There we go. Now I'm going to use the move tool to lift. And again, I'm slowly using the move tool and the pan tool in conjunction with one another. Snap it to my surface. And then look, that appears to be a slightly too large for me. Actually, what I believe is maybe the fork is a slightly too small. So what I'm going to do is move that a bit closer into position. Oops. Lift it up. There. And what I'm going to do is select my fork And I'm actually going to use the scale tool to visually increase the size to something that may be, and then of course I want to use the move tool to get it a little closer. There. Now, again, this is a pretty good looking place setting that I might like. So when that's said and done, I return over to the right side. I use the fourth tool up, the scenes tab, and I want to make sure it's in perspective view. Don't be alarmed if it gets too small. And I want to use the display tab, which looks like glasses, and turn off my axes, scroll down with my mouse wheel and turn the shadows on. And then I want to slide my sliders and zoom in so I'm getting a large, nice, possibly use the pan tool to center my image to a nice extent. I see an odd shape there, but I'm not going to worry about it for now. What I want you to do is make sure you're centering and then save. And don't forget to put it in the Sketchup folder and call it place setting. And then save here, of course, in the right corner. Now, once it's saved, see it saving there, I want to use those 3 lines to export as PNG. Don't forget to select the bottom right button. And place setting PNG is now in my downloads folder. I'm going to use, and there it is. I can double click and verify that it's there. That is the actual image that you should turn in for 100% credit. I hope this video helps. Good luck.